Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Good morning. Today I will be taking the topic factors that determine mental health of a child. So till now we've understood what is mental health. Right now I will be checking on what are the factors which can have an influence or which can determine mental health of a child. Okay, the first and foremost is your school environment. That's something which is very important. It's very important that the school environment is a very favorable, conducive kind of environment, which not only gives knowledge to the child but also helps in his overall development. So, it's personality that must be developed through the education that he is getting through the facilities which are being provided by the school. So it's important that it should not be a very overcrowded school. The classroom should be big enough to accommodate students. Facilities should be there. Lab equipment should be there. Then computers should be there so as to stay updated. And not only, um, old models of equipments and computers, but latest, as per the new technology, that becomes the need of the hour. So it's important that students learn the skills to use the updated content and updated materials. So the students should be having knowledge about the new softwares which are coming, books, stationery facilities, and uniform facilities. All these things must be provided by the school. It's important that the environment which is also there must be a positive environment where there is a push which is given to the students that they should learn. At times what happens is, reportedly some schools do not provide that necessary push. In fact, they neglect and do not really take care of the students the way it should be there. For instance, at times there are some schools which are reportedly not having a counselor in them. So it's kind of mandatory now that you have a counselor in your school facility where if you have some issues you can speak to that counselor, and the counselor guides you and is available whenever you want to talk to him or you need any kind of emotional support. Another thing is that at times the school environment is such where things such as casteism or political issues and maybe even religious issues, they emerge in the school where other people of some other religion, students of some other caste, students of some other maybe this ethnicity, they are discriminated against. So that is something which is very wrong, and in that scenario students can never develop the way they should. So personality development, be it social development, be it moral development, emotional development, that will be hampered if it is not a conducive school environment. Then is democratic administration. So in the school, just the way we are living in a very big democracy. India is a democratic country where we can voice our opinion and we vote, like who do we want to elect, who will be a prime minister. Similarly, it's very important that the school administration is also very democratic in nature, where students feedback is taken constantly. Feedback on how facilities are provided to them, how is the teaching of the staff, how is the availability of the teachers, so that if there is some issue, are the students when the students share their issues with the teacher, is the teacher even available to provide the necessary support or not. Feedback on all these kind of things, feedback on the updated equipment in the laboratories, all these kind. It's important that students are given a platform where they can voice out whatever is there. They can tell that this is what we need, these are the books that we need in the library, these will be useful for us, these will be useful for our curriculum. So it's important that students also have a say. Obviously the final decision will rest with the administration only. Third is understanding of potentialities by the teacher. Now, what happens is that at times there are some students who are not very good in terms of studies. So these are average students, or at times even below average students. But they're very good in other things. Some students are very good in sports. Some students are very good when it comes to making crafts, or maybe even writing, or maybe singing. So it's important that the teacher, it's a paramount responsibility of the teacher, that the teacher understands that, my student, if he or she is not good in studies, but she's good in some other things, and I should be pushing him, in that direction. If it is singing, I should be, you know, providing him information that these are some competitions which are happening in the city, so the student can actually, enroll himself for those competitions, and this is going to build confidence in the student. So it's important that the teacher plays, the necessary role over here. Fourth is provision of co-curricular activities. So knowledge, obviously, that's most important, that has to be provided in a school. But apart from imparting knowledge, there are many other things also. Confidence development, personality development, overall development. When we say all-round development, when we talk about, holistic development, for that to happen, it's important that co-curricular activities are also provided by the school, where students get the opportunity to enroll for competitions, be it sports competitions, be it quiz competition, general knowledge quiz contest, be it group discussions, a discussion forum, be it debates, a declamations forum, or any other kind of co-curricular activity. It is important that these kind of facilities and activities, a platform is provided to the students where their overall development can happen, where they understand what is competition, where they understand that it is important to participate and it's not always important to win, where they understand teamwork when they're performing in a team, in a sports team or in a quiz team. They understand the value of team, they understand the value of cooperation, sharing and caring. It's important that with co-curricular activities you learn a lot, so that is going to determine the mental health of a child. Moving on, next, teacher's role. Now, in one of my videos, I had highlighted that, for a student, the role of a teacher is paramount, because in a class of 50 to 60 students, there is one teacher who is handling them. For those 50 and 60 students, the teacher has a very important role in their life. In some schools, there are 2 to 3 teachers only who are teaching a particular class for the entire year, right? So the role of the teacher, what he says to the student, is he available to the student? Is he talking positively to the student? Does he even, pay attention? At times, there are some cases where it is reported that teachers neglect some students totally. Favoritism is there. It's wrong. If it is there, it's wrong, where teachers are being partial. They are attending to the needs and, questions of a certain category of students, let's say, who are belonging to the same caste or creed, and discriminating other students. It's totally wrong. If that is happening, then it can have a serious impact on the mental health of the growing child. Provision of sex and moral education. It's very important, these days sex education has become very important. What happens is, during your adolescent stage, there are certain sexual urges which are taking place in your body, and certain other physiological changes also which are accompanying in your appearance also, and plus the way you think, that is also getting changed, it is getting modified. There are certain things that you would want to know, but you do not really have proper source to understand that. So for that, what happens is, students start going to some other sources which are not correct sources. So it's important that this particular education is also provided in schools, where students get a platform to discuss their issues. Students get to know the information which is necessary for their age, so that they do not do anything wrong, or have the basic understanding that what is important for their age. At the same time, even moral education, because at this particular stage, students are very vulnerable. They can fall prey to bad company or even bad neighborhoods. So morally, what is correct for them, moral reasoning abilities. So if moral education, value added courses are provided, that can be a cherry on the top for the students, that will help in their overall personality development, and it will certainly have an impact on their mental health also. So it's important that these are also taken into consideration. Okay. Now this topic is over, and towards the end of the chapter in your book, under the category of long answer questions, you have question number 7, which is mention the factors for determining the mental health of a child. So if you watch this video properly, you should be in a position to answer this question. So that finishes this topic. Thank you.